We just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to do the review for episode 10 of Gotham, entitled Lovecraft. And I know I should not be wearing this shirt right now, but goddamn, Odell Beckham's a badass. You see that catch? Badass. So right off the bat, I really loved this episode. It had a good dose of action, a tad bit of suspense, and good character development and highlighting. I do really like right now where they're taking Bruce Wayne. They're really starting to flesh out his character, and I gotta say, it's a refreshing feeling, and quite honestly, it's nice not to be like subjected to constantly watching him investigate or train himself, so good on that. The best part about this development too is that it has an effect on Alfred as well. As Bruce seems to get fleshed out more and more, so does Alfred. And this episode was no exception. This episode, Alfred was my personal MVP. He really showed his love and dedication for Bruce, and in doing so, he really honors the Wayne family name. And I really liked how in this episode, he really put himself in harm's way, took the initiative to get things done, did whatever it took to find Bruce. From bribing the street boy in the interrogation room, and then taking down Butch, and then after that, sweet-talking Fish. I mean, he really showed up Bullock the whole time he was there. I was trying to wonder, like, who's the cop here, Bullock or Alfred? I mean, he was even more competition for the assassins than Gordon was. When he fought that chick, he was holding his own. Like, they were going at it and all this, and he really stood his ground. Not to mention, there were other assassins around. However, when Gordon fought her, she put him to sleep. So Alfred really did his thing in this episode, and it's nice to really finally see him get out of the mansion and get more involved. And while it may seem that this is like unlikely for a butler, I kind of like it. It's a very different take on the character. We all know how much the character loves Bruce. We all know how much the character means to Bruce and how much Bruce means to him. So it's nice to see a more edgier, a more gung-ho, a very protective version of Alfred. And you can imagine, you know, I don't think it would be too dissimilar for him to be like this when Bruce was younger in other iterations of Batman, because let's face it, when he became Batman, he could take care of himself, so Alfred didn't have to worry about doing that stuff. But when he's a kid, it's a whole different story. So I'm kind of buying into this Alfred. Now, we finally got to see Falcone's reaction to his stash being taken out, and he seems a bit flustered, even questioning the Penguin in terms of loyalty. But the Penguin still has that trump card we all know about, and that's going to be the key. And he is really, to me, in my opinion, I really think that the Penguin is the one with the advantage here. He's got the trump card, and he knows when to play it. It's just a matter of that moment coming for him. And I'm really liking Robin Lord Taylor's depiction of the Penguin. He's progressed so much. The character has evolved so much in the first 10 episodes, and he really is one of the highlights of this show. Meanwhile, Falcone really took things out on his family, killing one member, raising the taxes, and you could see how furious he is. Meanwhile, I kind of had a hard time like figuring out whether Fish was like threatened by the idea that he murdered somebody at the table or at the idea that he might catch her. Now, I'm leaning more towards that he might catch her because Fish has killed before. So seeing somebody dead really shouldn't get her all flustered. So I have a feeling she's a little bit concerned. But nonetheless, she still has that plan going in motion, but she doesn't know what's going on with the Penguin, who, like I said, has that trump card, and I really feel like Fish is underestimating him. Now, one thing I gotta say is, we saw Harvey a little bit in this episode, but I really wasn't too happy with him. In particular, during the scene where they're in the mayor's office, Harvey really sold out when it came to Gordon, and Gordon at that moment really needed his back. But basically, Harvey became the mayor's bitch when the mayor had his word. And it's kind of unfortunate now because it's almost like, well, not almost, it is like Gordon is just on his own. But then again, maybe Gordon likes it that way. I really like the way he stood up to the mayor when he told him to kiss his ass. I actually got very excited with that scene, and I was like, oh, and I started laughing, and it was just a great moment because the mayor is such a prick, and Gordon is just, I really like the character's convictions, and I really like the fact that he's going to stand his ground, even if he has to stand his ground by himself. Aces on that. Unfortunately, though, because he's the mayor and because Gordon is just a detective, obviously the mayor has the upper hand, and now Gordon has been subjected to security duty at Arkham Asylum for Criminals. It's going to be interesting to see how this is going to play out in the second half of the season come January. Now, one thing I was a little surprised not to see was a little follow-up to the whole Montoya-Barbara affair. I was expecting to get at least a little glimpse or a little reasoning as to how that, really gelled and came together. But I guess we're going to have to wait for the second half of the season. But that's one thing that really has me like, whoa. Because I did not think Barbara would ever go to her. But at the same time, it's a very compelling idea. It generates a lot of potential conflict for Gordon and Montoya, who, like I said last week, have been working together. Now on to Selina and Bruce, and because of this relationship, I'm really enjoying what it's doing for the Bruce character. But I gotta say, as far as Selina Kyle goes, I'm still a little unsure about how I feel about this character. She's obviously a bit odd, and you know that she likes Bruce, but I guess her erratic behavior is a sign that she's just afraid to get close to him, which is understandable. But I still find her character to be a bit of a mystery. I mean, what's her endgame outside of the fact that she's seen the Wayne murders? So until that plays out, I kind of feel like she's just there. In fact, I kind of feel like she's there to help develop other characters. So my question is, are we going to see any development for Selina Kyle at some point or another? You know, what happened to her parents? How did she become what she became? You know, Catwoman or mini cat girl or kitten girl, whatever you want to call her. But I do want to see kind of where they're going to go with her, because as of right now, she's the one character in the show that I really haven't seen developed outside of just being a witness to the Wayne murders. She's just kind of there, and she's been a great supporting character for Bruce, but I am a little interested in her and what her backstory is. Overall, the show was a lot of fun. It was a great show. I like the Poison Ivy cameo. This is like maybe her second or third cameo in the show. And I got to give kudos to the little girl who played Poison Ivy. She did a good job playing the scary kitty or oddball kitty role. And that was pretty cool. I thought she did a great job. Edward Nygma, as always, is an oddball. And he's had some pretty good moments in the last couple of weeks. It was kind of odd to see him with a suit on and not his regular white vest or whatever. But nonetheless, it's great to see all these characters and how they're developing so far. The series has really picked up ever since the episode where everybody learned that Gordon did not kill Cobblepot. From that point forward, it's been great. And I'm really looking forward to the second half of the Gotham season. It should be a lot of fun, and we'll see how things play out. Anyway, guys, this is Rob signing off for ETN, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching ETN. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Join the nation's Facebook page to meet other subscribers or visit ETN's Facebook page and Twitter page. Links for all are in the description. You're watching ETN, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to do the review for episode 10 of Gotham, entitled Lovecraft. And I know I should not be wearing this shirt right now, but goddamn, Odell Beckham's a badass. You see that catch? Badass. So right off the bat, I really love this episode. It had a good dose of action, a tad bit of suspense, and good character development and highlighting. I do really like right now where they're taking Bruce Wayne. They're really starting to flesh out his character, and I gotta say, it's a refreshing feeling, and quite honestly, it's nice not to be like subjected to constantly watching him investigate or train himself, so good on that. The best part about this development too is that it has an effect on Alfred as well. As Bruce seems to get fleshed out more and more, so does Alfred. And this episode was no exception. This episode, Alfred was my personal MVP.